My name is Divij. I'm a molecular biologist currently based in Berlin. I did my bachelor's of biotechnology in India, where I'm from. But during my internship is when I really got a sense for research, basic research specifically. I worked as a research assistant in a developmental biology lab and then in a genetic engineering, a translational biotech lab. During COVID, I also helped sort of engineer mice to make them COVID sensitive for vaccine models and such. Um, but I was very unsatisfied with how long it took for biotech to translate into the real world. So I left academia and I joined a not for profit where I had the fortune to set up and run a diagnostics lab for a pediatric oncology not for profit. We basically provided molecular diagnostics support for children who had thalassemia, which is a blood based disorder. It was a big learning experience because I had to manage the lab, communicate with stakeholders, quality management, all of that. And finally, after doing that for 2 years, I have decided to venture out on my own. And I'm currently a co founder and CTO of Milky Way, which is a women's health company focusing on using microbiome to solve challenges in fertility. My first experience in a lab was cloning CRISPR-Cas9 constructs for editing the mouse embryo. So I basically come from a generation of scientists for whom the first experience they ever had in a lab was precision gene and engineering and like synthetic biology. It's what I grew up with. I also worked in a translational bio lab with Bhaskar Bhaktavachalu. We created gene drives to eradicate the spread of dengue disease without actually killing mosquitoes or without killing the entire mosquito population. Um, I basically worked on synthetic biology products. It's always been fun. Plus, from 2020, I was connected to this incredible community of online bioengineers, researchers, hackers, and academics working in this space, citizen scientists also working in synthetic biology and frugal science. And I've been following the sort of the latest synthetic biology research at the time. Yeah, I think that's around when I also came across the SIMBI program, actually. And I was connected to this online community of biohackers and stuff. Like, for example, the iGEM community is a very popular synthetic biology community. There's synthetic biology Netherlands. There's also just one giant lab. They have their own Slack. They're based out of Paris, from what I understand. I think Alexandra from the SINBI program had posted about it on the iGEM Slack, which is I think where I picked it up from. Immediately got super interested in it. They were basically excited about people coming on with or without ideas, with or without a team, exploring synthetic biology and entrepreneurship in synthetic biology. It was super appealing to me. I think I attended all their sessions except for the one with Frederick, which was I think it was called the Startup Journey. That's the only one I wasn't able to attend. Fortunately, most of the sessions were also recorded, so we could come back to them. The meeting notes were, sorry, the presentations were sent across, so that was super useful as well. Um, and yeah, from the start, I think I was super impressed with the lineup of people who were supposed to speak at the SIMBI program. It was excellently organized, and yeah, that's how it. Yeah, in terms of memorable sessions, the one that I think sticks out the most for me is personal branding. It was run by Ari Masoodi, I believe. That was an excellent session. He was super knowledgeable, not just in personal branding, but I think overall, he provided like very practical, grounded advice on how to build a personal brand. Why is it important? And he did all of this. What I really liked, I think, he did all of this without mentioning TikTok or Reels or Shorts or like the cringe posts that you see on LinkedIn. His philosophy of building a personal brand started with Why, just Simon Sinek's book actually, and first understand yourself, understand your value proposition and what you bring to the world. And I really like that. It resonated strongly with me. I think towards the end, he also created very simple exercises that we could use right away to be able to start determining our value proposition and things like that. And he provided like great examples of real life entrepreneurs who are right now using the same principles and building a personal brand. So that, I think that was definitely the coolest session for me. So I think I was completely uninitiated with entrepreneurship and synthetic biology. It gave me a lot of tools to sort of think about things. Off the bat, like the Boston Consulting Group had a session about scaling and entrepreneurship, and just off that session, I could see that some of my ideas didn't fit in very well with actually how synthetic biology is produced and scaled in the world. So I could reprioritize some things. Um, Understanding non-dilutive funding was super useful for me because now I'm in a program that has it's a non-dilutive grant. The basics of IP also were super useful because now I know what a trade secret is and stuff like that. I think overall, this MB program gave me a lot of tools to think about things, places for me to add more information as they cluttered. Yeah, and that's I think the best part about the program. So definitely interested in synthetic biology. I'm torn between doing a PhD and entrepreneurship directly. There are advantages for both, of course, but synthetic biology can be translated immediately. I'm currently working in the vaginal microbiome space, which is molecular biology and microbiology. But soon, I think in the world, once treatment options with synthetic biology opens up, it's going to be a whole different. It's a game changer. I will continue remaining in the synthetic biology space. It's something I genuinely enjoy doing in life. So, yeah.